Hello, everybody. It's Joseph J. Took with Moonlit Moth Creations. It's my birthday, uh, which is a whole nother thing up here, really. 38 today. Um, that's a big thing for some reason. 30 was a big one for me. Kind of mentally. Um, it it was a big deal for me when 30 kicked in and happened. But all of them after that, between then and now, have been no big thing really. Uh, but something about 38, I don't know. It sitting weird on me and has been. Hello, Sonja, I believe. Correct? Yes, I believe that is not a silent J or a soft J there, right? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But good morning. I'm glad you're here, and thank you for the birthday wish. Um, but yeah, and I guess, birthday stuff aside, I wanted to apologize again to everybody for just not being present these last several weeks. You know, health stuff aside and everything have been super crazy busy for me. Once I started feeling better and stuff, there was a tremendous mountain of work and projects and things that I had fallen very behind on in both my personal and professional life. So I've spent the last 3, 4 weeks really just trying to hammer in and focus on that and catch up and uh, do justice to the positions and things that I've been put in life. Hello, guys. Thank you for being here. Hello, hello, Flower Tammy and Deborah. Thank you, lurking and working. Hey, I'm between working as well right now. Um, Thursdays, of course, are days that I take and I don't do um, work on typically, which worked out for today being my birthday, but I am still doing some organizational work that is, with the committees and commissions and stuff that I am a part of. Um, Hello, hello, Marianne. I'm glad you are here. And actually, an update on your stuff. I'm supposed to go down here shortly. Whenever I hop off the live, I will be headed down downtown towards the post office. And fingers crossed, we have updates on your wayward package that, as far as what I can see, still sitting in Louisville. Don't know why. I guess I don't know if it's fallen behind a sorter or what's going on, but we'll figure it out and make it good. Um, Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. Um, so yeah, it's just kind of been about a month of just really cracking down and um, like I said, trying to catch up and do some things. And I think maybe that's part of why it's fed in that this 38th birthday is has really been weighing heavy on me, and I'm not, a million percent as to why that is, and stuff, but man, it's something. And I think maybe it has to do with some of the health stuff I've had, and kind of wrangling with some of that stuff in your head, as we people and humans tend to do. um, it's always it's something, and I really I feel bad complaining or moaning and groaning about it, because I have been blessed in my life in many ways. And, you know, I think that where I'm at in life right now is probably not where I would have saw myself or where I would have expected myself to be back, say 10 years ago. If, somebody would have told me that this is where I'd be in life, I'd have thought they were full of baloney. But it's, it's, it's definitely a mixed bag, along with all those responsibilities and stuff, and titles and things that I've seemed to pile onto myself this past couple years. Um, it's a heavy burden sometimes, and I think that that is a part of it, and sometimes, I wonder if I have piled a little too much on myself and things. But hey, I'm making do. We'll figure it out, and we'll get there. Um, and updates on, I think, in the last live or little video that I did, it was still the case that I was preparing to turn in my resignation for recreation and tourism, that I'm was and now still am chairman of. Um, but turned out I went to do that. My beer is all crazy. Um, I went to do that, and we have a new city manager, and she begged me to give it a little time and see if we can drum up some additional help and resources, and give it a big push and see how it goes with getting things lined out and getting help and stuff for doing the work that's needed there. And so far, that's working. I am still sitting on my resignation. I've not submitted that, and I don't think for the time being that I will. I enjoy the work that the commission does. And hello, everybody. Thank you guys for coming in and all the happy birthday wishes. Thank you so much. Um, Marianne, you're something. Um, but yeah, so I've just had a lot on my plate the last little bit. I am currently, not only am I planning and working on the continual stuff with my presidency term with Rotary, um, but also a chairman position with Recreation and Tourism. We are in the thick of it on planning a big festival, and that is always a lot of work and a million moving parts and really wrangling and sort of corralling cats. Um, but it is shaping up really nice. We have secured, a good bit of our entertainment and talent that will be coming. Um, Worked on some of the events and things, getting them lined out, and I think it's going good. It seems like it's smoother this year than it was last year, which is also it's good, but it's also scary in a way, um, because whenever things go a little too smoothly, you're like, oh goodness, where's the hiccup coming? Because you know that things can always go awry, and that is a definite possibility. But hopefully, fingers crossed, it stays smooth and good. Um, I am a little more seasoned in it. Last year, I was super new. It was the first time I'd ever put together an event like that. Um, but this year, you kind of fall into a bit of a rhythm, and you've built contacts and things, and really helps in that regard. So um, I think it'll go well. Uh, hopefully. Donations for it have been coming in pretty steady. We've picked up a few new sponsors this year, which is always a good thing. Um, and I have been doing a little crochet in my few in between moments. I've been on this scarf kick. I've been making several scarves. I have made 5 or 6 scarves in the last few weeks. Because I can just sit, and they're nothing super fancy. The yarn is very nice. It is. I am using premium yarns and stuff, but they're definitely not fancy stuff with stitches. They're not sampler stuff like I'm prone to do. I'm pretty much focusing on just doing double crochet scarves and working on some interesting new little tassel things for the finishing touches and stuff on there. So it's something that's nice. And while I'm, in conference calls or Zoom calls with things where I'm having to just listen to a lot of things, I can sit and crochet while I'm doing those. Um, and then when I need to write down a note or something, I can just, move over and do that. But let's see. Sorry, I'm missing people. Hello, Ellen. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming in. And again, on that being missed thing, I am sorry to everybody that I have not been around, because it was my plan to be around more. But my schedule has just absolutely eaten me alive the last month or so. It has been just 100 things after 100 things. It's not one thing after another. It's literally everything all at once, all the time. and I'm trying to figure out a way to balance professional and private personal life. And so far, I'm not doing so great at that. It's leaning very heavy on the professional side. So it's a lot, but we'll get there. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Um, Thank you, Christine. Thank you, thank you. And there is Margaret with Songbirds Creations Crochet and More. I think that's a new name. I had not seen your new channel name. Of course, I recognize you, Margaret, but I I think the last time that we had seen you in my stuff, maybe you weren't using the Songbird stuff. It's really pretty, and I like it. So, very nice name. Um, Bougie yarn can elevate a simple project. It really does. It makes all the difference. I have made a number of scarves over the last few weeks out of some Noro, but I'm holding the Noro double with various other things, trying to help sort of soften it a little bit, with the stuff. So, oh, and Georgina, thank you so much for the super sticker. That is super, super nice of you. And of course, nobody ever needs to feel like they, have to do that or I expect that. But something that I am asking, and I haven't mentioned it yet in this, and since it is my birthday and I know that everybody is generous, if you are going to gift something, um, in my description box, there is the Cash App link there. And what I'm doing with that is not for me, right? So I've even asked my, friends in real life and stuff, if they are going to gift me anything for this year in this 38th birthday, to do it in the form of, a Cash App or a check or a cash thing. And what I'm doing is I'm putting that towards the community service things that I'm involved in. So I'm splitting it between Rotary and recreation and tourism to help put on events and things here and improve the community. So that's my objective, and that's part of what I do. And that's I wear Rotary every day. It's on my collar or on you know whatever it is that I can represent it on. And recreation and tourism with the festivals and the events for the kids and stuff that we put on and do here in my town. Um, we have been receiving donations and stuff this year for the big festival that we do in the fall, but a big issue happened with our mid-year donation letters. None of the businesses and none of the typical donors received any of the donation letters for our 4th of July and our youth fishing rodeo stuff that we do in June and July. It was something that happened with the Postal Service. Um, a total of about 40 some odd donation letters never were delivered. So it really put us in the back. So just everything that I'm doing, anything that people do, outreach and gift to me, I am putting towards those uh, charitable things that I am a part of. So that's just if you can, if you want to, something for community betterment, um, things to keep kids having something to do in small town USA. Because I feel that that's so very important. And I've even been taking, excess stuff instead of, buying my, coffees at, when I'm out and about. And instead of some of my subscription things that I don't use, I've been moving and just canceling that stuff and taking anything extra I can and just putting it towards it because I think that that's so important. And I want to, it may sound silly in my own small little way, but I want to leave a lasting legacy and impression uh, in my life. And I think that through these organizations I'm a part of and what I do on that end, I really think that that is the best way to do it. Because if we're not helping out our neighbors and we're not, enriching our children's lives and giving them things to do, um, it's not great. So that's been my focus and that's my area of stuff. But if I just want to toss that out there because I've been telling everybody, even like my mother and my grandmother and stuff, the gifts for my birthday, I've requested that they just be in a form that I can take and then move over to donations to those things that I'm a part of. So, that's just a thought, just tossing it out there. Nobody, of course, has to. I felt like I would, because I know the community here is so incredible and so generous, and I don't really need anything for myself at the moment. I very much am wanting to focus on these charitable aspects and things that I do. So that's just a thing, tossing it out there. Say hello, Lulu. Welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. Everybody talking to everybody. That's awesome. I love that. So yeah, with my back on the crochet stuff. The scarves I've been making, like I said, I've been making some. Been doing some stuff with Noro, um, which using up some of that, and I do have to say, if you anybody that has used Noro probably knows and has experienced it. But if you have not, I just want to let you know, if you when you get Noro and you go to use it, I don't know if it's all the lines that they have, but definitely their Silk Garden. It has an occasional rare bit of like debris in it, like almost as if it looks like maybe at some point somebody took the skein of yarn and like tossed it into a pile of like raked up leaves or something. And there'll be like little stems or strange pieces in it, which was such a shock to me. I thought that something weird was going on with the yarn. And then I did some research online and found that that's just a typical thing. So you do have to kind of do a little bit of picking and pulling sometimes. And I just think that's so weird for a premium line yarn. Um, but just don't feel like you have a weird batch that somebody's done something to. It's just odd thing. Well, Marianne, that's true. It's plant fiber stuff sometimes, especially the more natural ones. But Silk Garden doesn't really have any plant fibers in it. It's like um, animal type fiber because it's just really silk. And does it have wool? I think it does. I think it's like a silk wool blend. I could be wrong on that, but it was just so jarring to me because I've not experienced those pieces of debris in any other yarn, especially premium yarns. Because Noro's not a cheap yarn typically. It's really not. It's kind of I guess it's upper mid range stuff, but it was just really odd and it shook me. So I had to look that up and find out. Um, but other than that, it's a great yarn. I've enjoyed working with it, and it feels stiff when you feel it in the skein a little bit. But once you work it into a project, it really does start loosening up and gets a little more. It's like the fiber gets loosened a bit, and the tussling and the pulling when you are working it, and it just helps it soften. So I have enjoyed working with that. Other than the shock of the debris aside. I've also I just made a scarf using a Malabrigo. It's the Micha, I think is it looks like Mecca, but I think it's pronounced like Micha or something like that. It was very very soft. It was very nice. I actually got I went to a little local yarn shop. I'm going to try to make a video. I took some pictures and stuff of it. Not the yarn shop that I've posted in videos before, but another one in a different town. And so I'm going to try to put a little picture slideshow thing together for uh, that and kind of show everybody some stuff there. But anyway, I bought, they had one skein of it on the clearance. They have a little clearance cubicle thing. And there was one hank. Sorry, it was a hank, not a skein. It was a hank. One hank of it in that clearance bin. And I was like, oh, that's a real shame that there's just the one. And she said, oh, hang on. And she ran in the back and she had one that was caked up that had about a 4-yard piece that when they were winding it, it had separated. And she was like, if you don't mind that, she said, if you buy the one that's clearance out, and it was $6. She's like, if you get the one that's clearance out, I'll just toss this, this one in there with it. She's like, kind of a buy one, get one. So I was like, oh, that's awesome. So that gave me enough to make a nice scarf out of it. And I'm almost finished with that one, but not quite. Still working on some of the, uh, I'm doing a, I don't even know what kind of thing you would call it, but instead of doing tassels on the ends of that scarf, I'm doing just chain loops, right? Because I just thought it would be a little different, a little kind of funky. So that's what I'm doing for the finishing ends of that scarf. And I know, $6, and I got two of them for $6 because she just tossed the one in for free. So I thought that was very, very nice. So I used that. I've been really just trying to get in there and use some of the beautiful yarn that everybody has sent, and kind of experience. Sorry, side note, we are being inundated, an absolute plague of horseflies in my community right now. Like, it is awful, and I can just sit here and I watch them like land on the windows and stuff, and it's just almost surreal, the amount of them. Sorry, that was a weird random side note. But with the yarns, I have been trying to go through, because people have gifted and sent so many beautiful yarns that I'd never really worked with or done. And so while I've been making these scarves and stuff like that recently, I've been trying to sample and use various different ones just to experience what working with the fibers is really like. Let's see. Oops, my fingers have minded their own. Marianne, same. My goodness, I've been sending out so many emails and text messages, and I've gotten to the point where I'm having to proofread stuff like 2 and 3 times before I send it, because I just, at a point it all just blurs together, and then I flub it up. So yeah, I've been enjoying working with the different stuff that I've received, and it's been nice, and seeing beautiful projects come together out of this beautiful gifted yarn. And everybody out there that has gifted it over time and stuff, just thank you for doing that and giving me the opportunity to work with a lot of fibers and things that I probably never would have worked with on my own. And because I'm such a I'm a I'm really bad at shopping for myself. I don't like spending money on myself, and when I do, I get buyer's remorse really bad. So that has given me the opportunity to work with a lot of things that I wouldn't have otherwise. So thank you guys for that. And I don't know. I just kind of wanted to take a little while this morning and sit here with you guys and chat and catch up a little bit. I've been working on Christmas gifts. Just have to find a new hat design for my sister-in-law. Speaking of hat design, a lady I'm in Rotary with. She has really long, like, they're not dreads, but they're braids in the style of dreads, I guess you could say, and just beautiful, beautiful. And you can tell she takes a lot of pride in them, and the upkeep of them and stuff. She wants me to try to work with her on making her like a super slouchy toboggan for the winter. And so that's something I've been trying to figure out, and I've looked up some pattern stuff and kind of experimenting on. And she's going to take, when it's completed, she has a friend of hers that stitches silk linings inside of them, so that the fibers of the yarns or whatever do not mess with hair and stuff like that. So I think that'll be an interesting project to see kind of take shape and come together. Um, let's see. Can't say but wanted to wish you a very happy birthday. Thank you, Jellybean. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Ronnie, on the soap business, it's going. I'm kind of at a pause on it. I sent out. Um, I posted the notice and talked about in my last little video that I had a number of the mystery boxes and some individual soaps. All that was claimed and sold and has been sent out. And so I'm at a point where I have to make soap and build stock up again to do that. But I have been so absolutely smash busy with everything else, with this festival planning and Rotary and getting Jaden in school, and all his testing and stuff that we've been having to do. A little update on those of you who followed along with me for a while on Jaden, which is the little boy that I now have primary guardianship of. He has started back to like public school. He was doing homeschool, and so my beard is really strange today. My sleep apnea mask really messed with it in the night. Anyway, he has started back to public school, and he is really enjoying it. But his classrooms and stuff that he's in now, they started him in the 5th grade classroom. He's technically of an age that he would be in the 6th grade classroom. He's not really mentally on the level of 5th or 6th grade. But because it had been a number of years that he was in the homeschool system, the public school system did not have development records enough, because there's certain things that they have to kind of follow and kind of hoops to jump through on placement for like special placements and stuff. So the school has been absolutely wonderful in working with us on it, and for the time being, they have placed him in a 5th grade classroom, and he's seeming to really enjoy it. And so that's good. He's riding the bus to and from. He wanted to do it. We were going to take him and do the stuff, but his little friend that lives behind us rides the bus to school and then home from school. And so Jaden, kids being kids, he has to be cool and ride the bus with his friends. So so long as he doesn't have any issues on there and he's not getting picked at or bullied or anything, we're good with it. But so he's doing pretty good. But we're doing testing and placement and stuff. And after, I think they have to have 6 weeks of a time in the school where the teachers can report on where he's at on stuff. They've done testing, so they know where he's at on the testing level, but they have to have behavioral and all that stuff to refer into the process. And we've signed stuff to have they contract with a doctor who does, the ADHD testing, the autism spectrum testing, all of those kinds of things. And after that 6 weeks time of getting the references and stuff from the teachers and stuff, in addition to the stuff from his pediatrician, then we'll be able to move forward on additional testing and placement in whatever special programs he does need. So don't you hate my life? It's not. It really does. It's a lot, but it's all, ultimately it's all good things. It's just finding a way to sort it and keep it somewhat manageable. Happy birthday, Joseph! Don't you hate? Oh, sorry, I read that already. I went through that with my son when he started school. That was many, many years ago. Yeah, and it's just a process. But what's important for us right now is that he is started back into the public school system because he wanted to do it. And it's good for him to be around other kids and have that social interaction and stuff. And so he seems like he's really enjoying himself. And the teachers, of course, they know. Where he's at developmentally and stuff. So the teacher has been absolutely wonderful, and they're not really pushing him in the classroom where he feels, kind of pariahed or, so they've been really great with working on just making him feel like a part of it and not drawing attention to his areas where he is developmentally behind. And we're very happy with that, and I'm very thankful to the school for being as wonderful as they are in this situation. Thank you, Crafty Crocheter. Welcome, welcome. And there is Steve with Hardale Media. Welcome in, welcome, welcome. And JB's, there you are. And happy birthday to me, I suppose. It is another one of my birthdays, big 38. I mentioned in the beginning of it, for those of you who weren't here, it has been, it's an odd sort of thing, this number 38. The last time a birthday really gave me a bit of a tussle in my head was when I turned 30. That was such a big deal for me for some reason, and I just, it was that was a doozy. But all of them after that was good, and it wasn't an issue. But this 38 has really just been something I've been wrangling with in my head, and it's been a lot. And I think it's just the health stuff, and as busy as I've been and stuff, and you just, as you get older, you start to have concerns and worries about things and stuff. But you try not to dwell on any of that and get down. And I don't have time to I don't have time to stress and get down too much. I'm entirely too busy. But you know, it's a part of life. So, uh, interesting times in the life of Joseph recently. But ultimately, can't complain. There's a lot of good things going, and it's a little stressful sometimes, all the work that I do. But we'll get there. We'll get there. And I do have a good support system for it now, especially with recreation and tourism. The new people on the commission and stuff have really kind of been chomping at the bit, and they're ready and willing to take on all the extra stuff and really go the extra mile and do what's needed for bringing all of this work that we do to come together into awesome events and awesome opportunities for the community. So that's exciting. I'm getting older doesn't bother me when it. Both of my kids are now over 40. Yeah, and I try to keep that in my mind. Just thinking about like, oh goodness, I'm 38, but then I think about what my mom must feel, um, on that, and then my grandmother, how that feels and their age, and realizing their kids and grandkids and stuff are the age that we are now. It's just it's almost surreal when you think about it sometimes. Um, I'm only 39 and it doesn't feel like it. Oh, wow. I wouldn't have guessed you were 39. Not at all. I assumed you were well younger than I am. So, hey, that's always a good thing, right? Um, um, hello, Cherie. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Thank you guys for being here and just kind of spending this rambly time with me. Um, I was, I was getting out and about. I've got various things to do. I've got letters to drop off and things to get signed this morning, and I've got to run by post office and mail some stuff out and check P.O. boxes. I got to go by City Hall. Um, got to go back by the school and drop off some stuff, all before Rotary at noon. So I will get it all done. It's not bad. It's a small town, so it doesn't take long to run between the places. But then I have Rotary. Then after Rotary, I have some other things that I have to do as usual. And then I think I should be able to wrap all that up by probably 3 or so. And then after that, just relax. And a video game that I do play from time to time. And I pre-ordered um, the expansion on back, oh goodness, months and months ago. And so I did that, and the early access for that comes out this evening. So I might just sort of silence the phone a little bit and just sit and play that this evening. Have a little quiet birthday game time and just forget about being an adult with 100 million things going on. So I think that might be a good thing to do and just sort of, I don't know, enjoy my evening a little bit. I don't drink and I don't do any of that stuff, so nothing like that. So I'll just have me maybe a glass of chocolate milk and some snacks and play a video game. Exciting. My goodness. My life is wild and crazy. Um, oh, goodness. Oldest is 13. I've been married 20 years this December. Wow. 20 years. Goodness. Speaking of that, I have some friends that have been together 22 years. And I just noticed the other night that they posted on their social media stuff, both of them respectively posted on their social media, that they would they were splitting up. Everything was amicable and they were good and they had well wishes for each other on the stuff. And it was such a shock. It was so crazy because they've always been, seemingly one of those couples that have just been always together, since I've known them. I met them actually probably once they've been together about, oh goodness, 2 or 3 years at the time whenever I met them. So they've been together ever since that. And they were just one of those I almost seemingly idyllic, like strive for that, couples with their relationship and just the dynamic and stuff that they had. And they never had kids, nothing like that, both very professional minded, completely different work fields, like a daylight and dark difference on work fields. But they were just, and still are really awesome, sweet, amazing people. And they've helped a lot of people in the times they've been together and stuff. And it was such a shock to see the split, you know, and that just really hit me so crazy the other night when I saw that. And I guess they're doing it as what they're looking at it as they're calling it resetting the love clock. And I'd never really heard that before, but it was such an interesting sort of thing to hear. And I guess they're just going to try to live apart for a little bit and just sort of try like dating each other again as if they were completely new. And I thought that was such an interesting sort of concept. But hey, whatever works for people, and I hope that they can make it work because, like I said, they're just great people, and they've always been one of those seemingly idyllic sort of situations for all of our friend group and stuff that knows them. So it's very interesting. But people being people. Hello, everybody. Let's see. I have a new Friday live going. It's called Beauty and the Beast. Silly. And I would definitely have to try to get caught up on. I've missed so many lives and so many videos, and I do feel so very bad about that. Got to get a call. Have a great day. Have a good day, Deborah. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody. I'll probably wrap it up here in a minute or two, so I can go ahead and get the running done that I need done before Rotary starts. But yeah, it's I'm here looking over this view. I'll turn it. Maybe you guys can see out. Ignore the horrible dirty windows. I don't know if you can see my view out the window. It's just the great green expanse out across there. That is some of the areas, lower bottoms and forest area that's here. Real life takes priority, and and that's the thing. It's been so much work. Like I said, I've been just really focusing on that, and it'll probably stay that way up until um, towards the middle or end of October, to be honest, because our festival and stuff uh, is in mid-October, and so we've got all the stuff going on and trying to keep things organized and kind of get stuff done. But we are doing some early work and getting some things wrapped up, so it might calm itself down prior to the event, and it'll just be some finishing touches kind of stuff. But so that is kind of what's going on in my life, and it is a beautiful view, isn't it? And it's so easy to take it for granted. I live just literally a block that way from that view. Um, so I really sometimes I do just whenever I'm out going around town and doing my little errands and things, I will stop by here and sit at the bluff because this is a bluff project. Um, and I just look out across there, and do some thinking or doing some responding to emails and stuff. But it's nice here. It's a quiet place. If you're a nature person, this is a wonderful place. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous place, and so many things that you can do if you're, hiking, if you're a hunter, if you're a fisher, if you're a fisherman or fisherwoman, but just if you like going fishing, rather. Um, we are right on the Mississippi. So there's a lot of like little backwater tributaries and a lot of like um lowland little like creek areas and stuff where the fishing is just absolutely incredible. So if you like, crappie fishing, there's crappie fishing places. Bluegill, there's catfish, bass fishing is really good here. It is just a really nice place for any of those outdoor sorts of activities, if that is your thing. It was my plan this year to get my fishing license and do some fishing and stuff, but I have yet to do that this whole year. And so that may be something that I really try to focus on for the new year, I think. And doing that. And yeah, I could get it at any time and I could do it now, whatever, but I don't know. We'll see where I'm at on all that. Um, let's see. Hello, everybody that come in. And if I have missed you, I did not mean to. I've just been sort of rambling, chatting at you guys. So, yeah, thank you all for being here. And as I did mention earlier, anybody out there that had the mood to strike for birthday gifting or generosity, I do not personally need um, really anything. And I'm asking like my close family, my friends, everybody that knows me, um, Cash App or some method in that regard. And what I'm doing with that is I'm going to take and I'm splitting all of that gifted amounts between the two charitable social service organizations that I'm a part of, and putting those as gifted donations towards those things to help the community and help provide entertainment and activities and events for the local children. And that's where my heart's at, and that's what I'm wanting to do, and that's where pretty much all my excess money goes. So it's just a thing that I'd like to do, and that's what I'm wanting to focus on. So that is something, if that were a thing that you wanted to do, just know that it's not for me. It is for charitable stuff, and I'll be making uh, standard deposits to those respective organizations. So um, all that stuff, and I've got all those things that I need to go and do today. And I wanted to take, like I said, take a few minutes and just kind of reconnect and talk to you guys, and just sort of vent about everything going on in my life on this 38th birthday of mine. Thank you all so very much for the birthday wishes. I love each and every one of you, and thank you so much for everything that you do, not just here on my channel, but for everybody out there that is creating content and, just trying to share a little bit of their life and a little bit of their craft and hobbies with you. You guys are so incredible and supportive, and I hope that you guys continue to do that and continue to lift each other up and support each other. And I bless each and every one of you for all that you do. And I guess that wraps it up for me, guys. Thank you all for being here with me on my birthday. And again, love you guys very much. And I will see you again as soon as I can. Bye, guys. Where's the button?